And we are live. You can catch us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and Kick. And now we are live on TikTok as well. What's going on, TikTok? And we will be right back with you, Howlers. We'll be right back. Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambishun of Black Cup.
And it's just going to be me and Ambishun today, guys. We're going to be doing a little bit of a recap on some of the DNRs we've been doing. We're going to do a reaction on Roger Jackson. So we're going to get into a few things. If you guys want to chime in, you guys want to ask about business. Obviously, you guys know me and Markeith are business owners. We can go over that kind of stuff with you. There's a lot of things we can go over. But so we want to kind of maybe jump into, what do you want to go into first? You want to go into the DNR a little bit? Which one do you want to jump into?
We could touch on that DNR.
Okay, what's up? You go first. What do you want to get into? I know you got some thoughts on it.
I kind of want to go back on that. I want to bring some of those people, some of the ladies back on, because I feel like we didn't get to the question wasn't answered properly. And the question was, what qualifies you to be a good woman? And it's not just for the women, but what qualifies you to be a good man or a good woman? And I don't think people really realize it goes beyond your daily adulting duties. And the young lady was mentioning everything she does in her daily duties. I cook. I do this. That don't make you a good woman. You can cook every day and be a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
That don't make you a good woman. It don't make you a good man. You can go to work every day and you still be a horrible person.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get to the root of what makes you, in general, directly, a good woman. And I don't think we all kind of understand where we're at with that.
Well, I think the funny thing is you guys know the way I think already. If you guys are fans watching this, like
misogynistic.
I think a lot of women are just delusional, and they don't even know what makes a good woman, because I really believe that, especially in this day and age, women got so much attention from social media that that they don't think they have to do anything besides look good. And I think they're stuck in that whole zone. Is I could do anything I want, because if you don't like me, somebody else will. There's always dudes in their DMs,
but that's
reaching out. It is. It's men's fault
because we give into that and we cater to that mindset. A lot of men do. They're like, fuck it, I got the money, I can just spend it on her. So women have the expectation now of just receiving. Mm-hmm. There's no reciprocity. There's no giving back. There's no, I'm going to do for you, you do for me type of energy now. It's always been, now it's just I'm a good woman because I show up. Fuck showing up.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do?
And I said that in a previous podcast, that it is on men, because you got so much damn simps out there just being taken advantage of. And I feel like men need to learn how to talk to women, how to date women, how to act with. You can't just let these women go around here acting wild and shit. But at the same time, dudes are simping so hard. It's just crazy seeing that out here. And I can't understand it. Our generation is different. In reality, our generations, we were the cheaters. We were the ones that had the upper hand. The women didn't have no upper hand. And at the end of the day, I'm going to say we still do. Like, it's the small percentage, I feel like, of men.
I think looking at it from the aspect of who has the upper hand, it turns into a game. And I think that's part of the issue now, is that everyone thinks that what we do with each other, men and women, is a fucking game and it's a competition. I don't want to compete with who I'm with. I don't want to have one up on you. I want us to be partners. I want us to really build. Fuck the games, fuck the competition. Let's just really get down to who we are and let's grow together.
But the problem is, I completely agree with you. But the problem is it's almost like in this day and age, we have to have the upper hand. Because if you don't, they automatically try to get you somehow. Like, automatically. Like, you can't even get married anymore this day and age, because marriage is a downfall for the man. because at the end of the day, they can take everything from you.
I can
They can
speak on
take the
that.
kids. They can take everything. Well, we both can. You know what I mean?
So right now, I'm actually going through a divorce right now. I've been with my wife for about 6 years, married for almost 4. Seemingly, the way that I operate, I do things from the aspect of team. We're building together. That's not the way that my wife thought about things. There's so much individualized aspects to how we're supposed to be growing that it fucks up the growth. And I poured so much and put everything of myself into what I think we're building together, but that wasn't her mindset. Her mindset was not building together. Her mindset was, let me advance where I'm at, let me grow what I have, and you grow what you have. And that's kind of what the mindset was. And it's not talking down on her as a person, but that's just some of the mindset that people have these days. And here I am as a grown man. I just turned 48, and I'm rebuilding all over again. I poured everything I had into what I assumed that we were building together. And it's so quick and easy for her to say, this is my shit, you got to go.
And you know what's crazy? I mean, it's beside the point, but if it was before social media, I bet you she wouldn't even acted like that. But this world is training these women to be independent women. The thing is, you're going to have a lot of old-ass single women at the bar.
No, I don't think it's training them to be independent women. I think it's training them to belittle and disrespect men. I don't think we want all women to be independent, but still, even being independent, you can still depend upon who you need.
Well, that's the thing is, hold on. Let's rewind this independent word, okay? When men, let's break this down, Marquis, and I think you're going to agree with me on this.
Okay.
When men make money, when men are building a life for themselves, do we run around here and say we're independent? No. So when women say, oh, I'm independent, independent from whom? From men. That makes no sense to me.
But this the part.
Why are they running around saying they're independent? The thing is, you should be building a future together. There should be no reason they should even have to say, I'm independent
This
from
part that fucks me up
them.
even more with that, too. Because it's like the independent aspect of whatever you want to call it. You want kudos, and you want hand claps, and you want cookies, and you want pats on the back for doing some shit you're supposed to be doing anyways.
Yeah.
You're a fucking adult. Why do you want cookies for being an adult?
Exactly.
You're supposed to pay your fucking bills. You're supposed to get up every day and do what you got to do. You're supposed to make sure you're taking care of your kids. You're supposed to cook. You're supposed to clean.
Yeah.
But you want cookies for doing the shit you're supposed to be doing? What the fuck is wrong?
And guess what? Like, what? I'm single, right? I'm a dad. I've been single for 4 years. I got a divorce. I was married 14 years. I do everything that she was doing for me by myself now. Like, it's not like I can't do the shit that she was doing for me. Like that's just called living life. So that part is just part of life. You know, a lot of people think, oh, you can't do this without me. What do you mean? I built a business without you.
Bro, the only thing that we cannot do is fuck ourselves. And I'm just being 100% honest. Men can cook, men can clean, men can pay bills, men can fix shit, men can do all this shit. We can do laundry. I do all that shit myself. I cook, I clean, I do laundry, I fix shit, I pay bills, I do everything I'm supposed to do as a man. I can't fuck myself.
But you know what's crazy though is still at the end of the day, if you can't get girls, at the end of the day you can still pay for it. So at the end of the day, we still don't need you, but you need us. You need us to fix your cars. You need us to build infrastructure. You need us to build the road. You need us to take out the trash. You need all this stuff that you cannot do on your own. You still need us. But guess what? We don't need you. Because we could pay for it at the end of the day. But the thing is, you don't have to. You don't have to pay for it if you know how to get girls. It's not hard, really, in reality. I mean, if you want to get into this a little bit.
I feel like as a society as a whole, as men and women, that we genuinely need each other.
Yeah, no, we do.
Like I said before, people may not agree with how I view things, but my scope is a tad bit different. Being raised by my mother for a lot of years, I see things from a different angle, and I'm okay with that. But we genuinely need each other. If you want to look at it from the whole, with the ecosystem thing and the whole tier, however you go with the food chain and where it goes, yes, the man is a protector, man is a provider, the man is a leader. Those are all those different things. In the same breath, even when you go back to the biblical days, that man still had somebody to make sure that he was being taken care of on the backside, mm-hmm. Somebody that was soothing him, somebody that was consoling him. Whatever it was there. And that's more of a team thing. It doesn't make my woman beneath me because she's catering to me. It doesn't mean that at all. But people think that if I cater to my man or if I'm submissive to my man, okay, now I'm less than. No, it doesn't make
Yeah.
you less than. It doesn't.
Well, because they're trying to teach them this whole feminist bullshit, and that's the thing too. We can get into that because when it comes down to it, when you girls have our back, we become like a superhero. We can do so much more with you having our back. It's like we'll build harder, we'll work harder, we'll do more. It's almost like because we're happy at the same time. I don't look for happiness. Number one, I don't really care about that whole word happiness because a fool can be happy. I've seen guys doing the dumbest shit in the world and they're so happy doing it. A dog chasing their tail is happy. Like, I don't give a shit about that. But what I think is peace. That's what I always think about, right? But what I'm trying to get at is with a woman, when they have your back, fully have your back, and you don't have to worry about them stepping out, cheating, or just arguing, or in your face, or why are you doing this, and not trusting your decisions and things like that, constantly on you. Whatever the case is, you start like looking at them like with resentment. So it's kind of like, damn, why can't we just be cool and work through this together? Like, we're in the same household. We got kids together. Why not push for a better life together instead of always fighting with each other and trying to pull back? I'm independent. I'm this and that. Then the dude wants to start cheating because he's like trying not to, but at the end of the day, when you're on their ass all the time, then it comes down to, well, I'm going to go cheat now because I don't feel like dealing with your shit. I feel like a lot of people do that at the end of the day because they just don't want to deal with their shit anymore. What do you think?
I can partially agree, but I want to Jennifer asked a question. I want to tap in what Jennifer said.
Jennifer, she was on the pod. That's Jennifer.
Okay.
She was on the last week.
Yes. So Jen said, so let me ask something. She said, what needs healing in you that attracts these type of men and women? If I can answer that from my scope, I don't feel like it's always about something in us that may need healing, because we may not be attracting those type of women. We may be going to those type of women, or vice versa. It may not be the ones that are coming to us. We might be just going to them. We don't know what they're like when we go grab them. Of course, everything is spiritual. We don't know what some women are like. Some women is not always them coming to us and we're attracting them. We can literally go to a woman and, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. You look beautiful. You have an amazing smile. You know, you got a man, whatever. You can talk to them and say whatever you need to say to them. So it's not really always about what needs healing in us a lot of times, which most of us do need some healing. But I think it's just more so, it's situational in my personal opinion. I don't think it really goes to that in general.
Yeah, the thing is too, Jen, is the world is so different now. Like the dating market is completely different than it used to be. These women have so many options, so they're always looking for what's next. So in reality, like guys that are really good at handling the date, I would say at least the dating aspect of the dating market, they know to keep that carrot in front of them to kind of keep like let them chase you a little bit, because once they get bored, they kind of start looking for what's next. So a lot of dudes, a lot of my friends, a lot of people that I see how they handle themselves out here, they just keep the carrot in front of them. And it's not like they're doing it intentionally, because they just have a lot of women at that time. So they might have like a bunch of them, like 5. Yes, they keep the carrot in front of them because they want to keep that fun, that chase for them, even if it's not fully fun, because, you know, they're upset because they want to be with them more and more. But if you keep that carrot in front of them, they keep chasing after you. And I'm not saying that's good. That's all bad. We all know that that's wrong. But a lot of the times that's kind of the way the dating market is right now. It's hard to even find a good woman. I've talked to so many girls that are even Christian women, and even brought them on the pod and everything, right? They're nothing like they portray themselves.
But with you said it's hard to find a good woman. To you, what's a good woman?
What goes off? Okay, I'm gonna be straight out honest with this too. The beginning, I cannot be with a woman that doesn't believe in Jesus Christ. I can't do it. There's so much already wrong in life with the world. If I don't want to deal with an atheist girl. Like before, when I was younger, I'd be like, oh man, I would still talk to her. No, man, I just can't do it. These girls, I've dealt with them. They're so hard-headed, and I'm just not trying to deal with that. Like the whole evenly yoked thing. I'm older, where I don't even want to even deal for a long-term relationship with a girl like that. Like, that's number one.
Is that something that makes her a good woman, believing in God?
I'm just saying that those are red flags for me. I would say that's one thing. At least there's one step more towards.
But does that go into the box of her being a good woman?
That's one of the things in the
Okay.
box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The next thing is how they carry themselves. I think us being a business owners and being able to like analyze situations and things going on, I think I can analyze women pretty well very at the beginning. Like, and women like to talk, so let them talk because you're gonna learn so much about them and how they move, how they handle themselves from past trauma, even current trauma that's going on. If they're mom and dad together, like there's a lot of things to me that just I don't want to deal with. So to me, like I kind of think, okay, if I'm gonna go after somebody, I kind of check those boxes now. Before I wouldn't care, dude. But the world is so trash right now when it comes to dating that right off the bat, I'm already gonna put them in a box where they're for recreational use only, right? So it's either I feel like you got 3 tiers. You got smash and tap girls, you got recreational use only, and then you got the girls you take home to mom. And I think that the smash and tap are the girls that you ain't even showing your friends. It's just girls you take home. You go to their house, whatever the case is. You don't go out with them, nothing. Then the recreational girls, you got the girls that they're fun, they're great to hang out with. You go to dinner with them, you hang out, you party. They know your friends. You can even go on vacations with them. But there's no long-term aspect with that. And then you got the girls you bring home to mom. Those are the ones that you can see that have great values and morals. Morals and values is so hard to find now these days. But I think morals and values and you can see a long-term relationship with. I think those are the 3 aspects of situations of what we kind of deal with when it comes to females. But even with that, of being like that goes into, because I back in the day, I feel like I could have said what a good girl is so easily. But now it's like, it's so hard to even go forward on that, I feel like.
No, I think you can still say what a good woman is, but I think for you, it's harder to find what you're looking for in a good woman.
It is.
More
it's
so
just
now.
hard.
Because the fact is going to be there that the good woman qualities are still there. Not everybody possesses them. Just like the good man qualities. Not everybody's a good man. I can literally go to work every fucking day. I can pay all my bills. I can cook. I can do all these things. That don't make me a good man. I could be a shitty human being as a man. All that stuff don't make me a good man. But those qualities still remain for whatever is needed for you to be a good man or a good woman. That's the fact of the matter. There's no changing that. It's just in this era now, our respect not only for others but for ourselves has been diminished. Like we don't even respect ourselves as a society anymore. We just don't. We don't care how we look half the time. We don't care how we talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things we just don't care about anymore. And it's sad, but it's the reality of what it is right now. And one of us can't change it. It's going to take more than just one person to change everything. And no matter how much we talk about it and discuss it, it sucks. 100%.
I'm trying to break down Jennifer's question though, because she goes, so let me ask you something.
That's the one we're talking about.
I know, but she's like, what needs healing in you that attracts these type of men and women?
And that's why I responded. I was like, pretty much, I don't think it's always about the healing, because sometimes it's not always about who we're attracting, because we might be attracted to them versus the opposite, them being attracted to us.
Yeah.
Because some people aren't even attracted to us until we have conversations and start talking, and then sometimes that attraction grows. You might look at somebody and be like, I would never really talk to them. It's not even my type.
Oh, yeah.
But you get to having a conversation, you get to talk to them, then the attraction grows.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's girls that are like super hot, and then you end up messing around with them, but you're like, dude, this girl don't shut up. Like she has like the most.
Why do you always want women to shut up?
Well, dude, I'm more saying in terms is because they have like the most low IQ. Like they think they know everything. They have like no life skills, no education, no nothing. And so when you're talking to them and they think they know everything, because that's what feminists believe.
So that right there, I haven't experienced that.
Oh, so dude, you haven't started dating yet.
So no. A lot of it is who you're choosing. A lot of it is who you're going to. Because the women that I talk to, they have a certain level of intelligence. They have a certain things. I mean, of course, some women do talk a lot. Just like us men, we talk a lot sometimes too. But the women that I particularly been around, they do have somewhat knowledge of what's going on. They understand. Some women are really in tune with sports like we are, and some women are in tune with politics and certain things. So, I mean, It depends on
Well,
who you're going
I've
at.
even dated some business owner girls,
Mhm.
and I'm not talking about like intelligence when it comes to business and all that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of girls. This is where it gets all like we can get chopped up all over the place, but like even business owner women, it's really hard to deal with them because they think that that they know everything. They're usually they're a little on like 35 to 40, and they're already thinking they know everything. They've already been through so many different relationships and a lot of them have controlled relationships because they made the money. So when you start dealing with a woman like that, they're like insufferable to deal with. Like I can't stand dealing with them. I'm like at the beginning, obviously they're different. You know, they're trying to like win you over. But then after a while, you're like, dude, this is crazy the way that these women are thinking. I can't even understand this. They think they can tell you what's up and how you're going to do things. And when you say, nah, it's not happening like that.
Do you know there's
They
some women
can't-
that feel the same way about us?
Well, a woman shouldn't be telling a man what to do. Men are born to be leaders of the home.
Okay, so I'm a play devil's advocate.
Okay.
I don't agree with that statement 100% because there might be areas where you can still learn. Because as we grow, we're still learning. We should be. We should still be learning. There's no reason why you should just not be learning anything. You're either existing or you're just present. But we should still be learning no
I
matter
agree
what.
with that, yeah.
And there are some things that women can teach us in certain aspects that we may not know, and vice versa. So while, yes, we are the leaders, but the best leader is probably one of the greatest followers.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Understanding that we can't take away from a woman's ability to be able to teach us certain things that we may not know and say, well, I'm the man, listen to me, you can't teach me anything. I don't agree with that because my mom taught me so much. My mom raised me by herself until I was probably 17. So there was so much that she was able to teach me as a woman and not being a leader aspect as a man, but she still gave me so much, which is why I am who I am today. The way that I understand things, the way that I'm able to articulate certain things, the way that I'm able to have a conversation and talk about things and listen in certain aspects, a lot of it is because of my mother. Not because a man was leading me, but because my mother was teaching me. She was giving me things that I wasn't aware that I needed to be able to go out there. Now, there's a lot of things she couldn't give me being a woman, but she did her part, and that helped me in my structure to be able to be who I am now. So that's why I say playing devil's advocate, I kind of disagree with that aspect of it.
Well, I'm not saying in terms of that. I have learned so many things, even from like one of the girls I was talking about right now that owned her own business. I learned all these different things about even how to do clips and things like that with her. I learned so much from my mom, all kinds of people, all kinds of women, right? But I'm talking about for instance, of like, I just think women have a different. Obviously, we know men and women are different. They have different life than men do. Mm-hmm. So when they try to like explain to you about how we should treat a woman, I don't agree with them at all because they don't know how dealing with the woman is so different. There's so many emotions going on, so much things going on. And when it comes to men, we're pretty simple.
Do you believe in emotional maturity?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's just a word.
Just a word?
Yeah, I really feel like that's just. I feel like a lot of people like to throw that around: emotional intelligence, emotional maturity, and I really think that's just a word. Like it's like where did this even come from? Like where did all these topics come from? Like it's almost like, are they just creating so many different things so we can try to get in tune with all these little bullshit feelings and all this kind of stuff? I think a lot of the times feelings are bullshit. I think how men operate, they shouldn't be based off of feelings. They need to be based off of discipline. So I think, yes, we can have times where we feel good and all that kind of stuff. That's great. Yeah, I believe that. But how we run our day-to-day thing, I think needs to be based off of discipline.
Let me ask you a question. With that, what you just said right now, they're all emotions.
No, I get that.
So with those all being emotions, I don't believe that emotional maturity is something that's really made up. Emotional maturity, being able to distinguish when, how to use your emotions and not as an advantage against somebody. And also, for instance, you and I are boys. We've known each other for over 25 years. If you're going through something, me having a certain level of emotional maturity would be able to be there for you emotionally as your brother to make sure that you're okay and you're good. And I use that word emotional maturity because a lot of people lack that sense of being able to be emotional or empathetic towards somebody when they're dealing with something. People are emotional abusers for sure. so they can utilize certain aspects of where you're at with it, and they can remove themselves from you emotionally to make you suffer. People, it's a real thing. People do these things to make you suffer in where you're at, because, say, for instance, if you just need some real empathy in the moment, somebody close to you passed away, all you need from your woman or whoever it is a good hug. You need to just relax and unwind for a minute, but her knowing she can get you in that aspect, she pulls back from that. Mm-hmm. It's emotional abuse. To give you the silent treatment when she knows you hate the silent treatment, that's emotional abuse. So those things are real, but until we dig deep and kind of understand what it really is, it might be the same thought like, oh, it's just made up words. But no, the stuff is really real, and people really do these things.
Yeah, I know, I get that. I just think, like, man, it's for me, like, I feel like, it sounds like you grew up pretty rough too. You know what I mean? I just feel like, because
my childhood was fucked up.
Yeah, so I feel like, because how I grew up, a meth house, all that kind of stuff, I just feel like it's better. I mean, I think it's just better not to have emotions a lot of the time. I think it's just better to just, it's cool to be happy in moments and have that.
But how can you get rid of your emotions? How?
You just stay disciplined. Okay, let's put it like this. I don't want to go kickbox all the time. I don't want to go freaking do MMA and get my head slammed in, but I do it.
But those aren't emotions. Those are choices. You don't choose your emotions.
Yeah, but I still think, okay, it's still a form of discipline. Like, I don't want to go to work every day.
You can learn how to have the aspect of the emotional maturity with your emotions, but you can't get rid of your emotions.
But I feel like, okay, so let's say, like, you have to choose what you're going to do that day. Would you choose working, busting your ass, going to the gym, dealing with an insufferable woman? Like those are things that you still are doing, or taking care of the kids. Like, there's a lot going on there.
So in the aspect of the discipline word, yeah, as men, we should be able to control our emotions. We definitely should be able to monitor how we're responding to whatever's in front of us. Excuse me, because women are normally emotional, men are normally logical. That's pretty much what it is. But as men, we do have emotions. We do deal with our different things. We deal with them differently. We don't take our emotions out on whoever's in front of us. That is a woman trait. I don't care what nobody says. You can argue me all you want to, but to take your emotions out on somebody else and then to, have that behavior towards them, I mean, those are traits of a woman. Those aren't man traits.
Yeah. Well, even with that, like, that's what we were talking about one time on the pod too with Kat. Remember, like, the thing is sometimes these women will talk to us, and if it was a man, they would have got punched. Like, there's no way you should even be talking to another person like that at all. But a lot of these women think they can say literally whatever they want to that man. But if it was a man, like, let's switch him. If he was a man sitting across from us saying what he was saying, we would have punched him.
But you want to know why? This is my opinion. I am an unprofessional professional. Don't take my word for 100. But this is
I'm a professional.
So I believe that women do that because 95% of women cannot whip our ass. There's a 5% that might be able to whip another man's ass. Hey, I've seen it happen before. But that 95% of women cannot physically whoop you. So the best way they can get to you is with words. They can tear you down on what they know about you and know of you and verbally abuse you. Yeah, they can break you down. So that's why women use their words against you, against us, against me.
Yeah. Shout out to Jennifer Tom. She keeps throwing it. Yeah, she said what is it? Respect first, emotional regulation.
Now we're talking therapy.
And she says, now we're talking therapy. Yeah. Shout out to Jen.
Let's go to Sam. What does Sam say?
Sam said, let's go back.
Women and men work best when they play their roles.
Yeah, I think so.
So but that sounds so misogynistic to me, because not that it's necessarily a bad thing to say that, but
misogynist means hate women. Mm-hmm. So that's not, to me.
I know what it means for sure. Yeah. But when I keep hearing that, play your role, it's like,
I think men and women have roles. And I know you were talking about before, like cooking and cleaning and all that stuff. Yeah, we know men are chefs too. We know men can cook. We know there's the best cooks in the world right now are men. Top 5 are men. So
what up, Eric?
So I'm not saying that, but women have their place and men have their place, and I think God made it that way. I believe God made it that way, and that's not a bad thing. It's
not necessarily a bad thing, but it comes off. People use that a lot of times to shut somebody down, and so for me, when I hear that word, everybody should be in a role. Women have been fighting for years to be equal.
Yeah, but look what happened when they became equal.
No, I'm not talking about what happened.
Feminists.
I'm talking about women that have been fighting to be equal. They've been doing everything they can to make sure that they're equal pay, equal treatment, equal everything. And now when they get treated equally, it's unfair.
Yeah, and not even just that. The nuclear family is being destroyed because of feminism. It's literally there's all statistics. I've been looking at all this stuff. The nuclear family is being destroyed because of feminism. All this stuff's coming out, and I'm looking at all. I pay attention to this a lot. How I think of things is how I run my business and handle my business, and how I analyze things, how I analyze women, the world. That's how I analyze a lot of things right now. And I see that the nuclear family is just dying out. Marriage, people get married just so that they can take half of the money. Like it's not lucrative for a man to be married anymore, and it's crazy the way things are going. You see the older women, and a lot of them are even jumping into that. But the ones that aren't, they still have that core value of the way they think, which is good. and I'm thinking, like, how's this world going to end up in like 10 years? I bet you're going to be seeing a lot of older single women, like I do now already. I'm speaking from experience right now.
These women, I'm not even lying, are going to be miserable.
They are. They're going to be the old girl at the bar drinking. That's what they're doing right now. So you could tell these girls used to be hot. They're sitting all at the bar in their best dress clothing. They look tore up, and they're just looking they're looking around. I actually have conversations, like a podcast with them all the time. And I'm asking them questions. They get a little offended sometimes, and everything. But you know me, I just talk. So I think it's funny. But they end up being cool with me because if I go back, I see them there. They're regulars. I see them there all the time. And you could tell they used to be very pretty.
Do you know how many of us, men and women, are living in a miserable state and we're comfortable with it? There's a lot of us that are living miserably, but we're so okay with how we're living in that miserable space. And from experience, there's going to be a lot of women and men, but a lot of women who are going to be miserable because the way they treat men. Not every man's going to tolerate the disrespect. Not every man's going to tolerate being talked to like he's crazy. Not every man's going to tolerate the certain things. Some may put up with it for a minute because they might love you, but it goes beyond love. It goes beyond that. We need to be respected. Just like a woman wants to be respected by her man, adored, loved, cherished, and everything else, a man wants to be respected.
Well, that's even biblical. That literally is the first thing it says in the Bible, that men need to be respected and women need to be loved. Mm-hmm. So you need to love your woman, and it says respect your man. Now I know that comes with a lot because at the end of the day, a lot of dudes, I think, especially nowadays too. I'm not going to take away from the dudes. The dudes are doing stupid stuff right now. So I'm not going to take away from that. Like, I was one of them. I'll be straight out honest. I was making poor decisions. That's why I'm divorced.
Yep.
So I take accountability, though. That's my thing. I don't give a damn. So it is what it is. I'll take accountability.
In your divorce, did you fuck that up or did y'all fuck that up?
So I'm going to say all, but at the end of the day, okay, this is how I look at it. Like I say, I take accountability, right? Mm-hmm. What did I say earlier? Men are the leaders. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? If I'm leading the home, who destroyed the home? Who allowed it to get destroyed? I did, because I'm the leader. So that is my responsibility as a man. I can't just choose that when I want. It has to be all the time. So since I'm the leader, I destroyed it. At the end of the day, I was the last one to really do the dirtiest thing, You know
that some things aren't always, and I get what you're saying about being a leader, and it falls on you.
There's always going to be
things that aren't in your control. There's things that so you can't, and that is almost what is that syndrome called?
But you know what though, Marquis? I do believe you. So there's always exceptions to the rules, right? There's always exceptions to the rules. But if I truly believe this is how I believe. If you're following God, if you're seeking answers in the Bible, you're seeking Him, you can't change the circumstances. God will change them. He will change the way people's hearts are, yours, hers, all that. I've seen it happen.
Let me say, while I believe you and I believe in God, there's no but to it. However, I'm going to say this. A person doesn't want to change, it doesn't matter how much you pray for them to change. If a person doesn't want it, it don't matter. If a person does not want God to come into their life, you cannot make that person accept God.
I know.
So if a person is comfortable being there and they do not want to change, yeah, at some point God may soften their heart, but they may not want to or even have a desire to change at all. They might not want that.
But you know how I see things? I see things as you as a man, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You chose that woman. You should have vetted her out more before you married her.
Disagree.
So now I look at it as you're the leader of the home.
I disagree.
But see, I agree, but what I'm saying, but I didn't do that. That's my thing, right?
Well, vetting somebody, do you know how many, people get hired in companies that get vetted deeply and be career criminals and they never even see it. People can put on a mask and people can put on a facade no matter how much vetting you do.
But that's giving up too, though. Like at the end, if you're saying, okay, as a man, I'm the leader of the home, I'm not going to walk away and break my family up. That's how I looked at it. I'm not going to do that. But instead, I kept doing things to not give a damn, and I broke my family up anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And she walked away because I wasn't going to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is even if you say, okay, God can soften the heart, another thing is, though, you have to keep pushing. We have businesses. Do we stop pushing? When things look like everything is going to end, do we stop pushing?
What happens when you push something that don't want to be pushed?
But it doesn't mean you have to push her. You just go to him and let God deal with them. You can't. You got to push that to the side. Like, okay, you want to act like that? Cool. You still be you. Don't let her change your character, but just go to God after that. And I truly believe that.
Okay.
I truly believe if you do that, it might take time, dude. It could take years. You do not know. But I look at it like this. If you truly are the leader of that home, that is your job. You can never say you're not going to be the father of your children. So why would you not stop doing it for them? You're not going to stop doing it for them, right? Why would you stop doing it for your wife too? You should do that. And no matter how hard it is, no matter how much pushback you get, all that stuff, you'll be going through hell, dude. But you go through hell with so much more. He goes 70 times 7. That basically he's saying just you don't stop.
So you're saying that to me, but yet you're quick to cut people off and say, I don't care.
I did. Well, I'm talking about
No, you're talking biblically.
Yeah, yes. I'm talking biblically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I do that.
Yes.
But I believe that, though. I truly
So
believe
how
that.
can you believe it but not do it?
I just stopped caring enough. I wasn't following the word. I wasn't in it. I think that's what it really comes down to. I wasn't in it. And I'm easy to cut people off now because I feel like I've been burned so many times. But at the same time, like I this is how I think. This is still what goes on in my mind. You understand what I mean? Like, but you get where I'm coming from,
yes,
right?
100%.
We got some more people in the chat. You want to go over the chat a little bit?
Let me see.
Damn, we got a lot of people going on. Just go ahead and start from the top.
Go back up.
We're going to have Marquise go to the top, guys.
Let me see. Brian said it was all for clout. I don't know at what point that was. We got some answers when they come in. So
what does that mean, Brian? Come back and we'll answer that. What's all for clout?
Brian Mancia. Let's see. Sam asks, do we believe in the nose ring theory? I'm not for sure what the no. Oh, wait.
Like a whore.
No, it says women with nose rings make trauma their personality. I don't know if I believe in that theory because I think people with nose rings now are doing it because it's trendy.
Yeah, they're trying, but a lot of them are like people are weird now, so they're doing it for weirdness too.
It's a trendy thing now. People do the nose rings and all the colored
if
hair and everything.
You're preying on that woman, then it probably you'll probably get them that way. So if you're looking at it for that aspect, whatever, like you know what I mean.
Yeah. Let's see. So I mean, I don't believe in that theory. I just everything with that is trendy to me. Jen said they don't feel safe. That's when we're talking about the aspect of the women earlier. Mm-hmm. Or you read some of that already anyways. Jasmine West said respect first.
Yep.
Jennifer Jen said again, now we're talking to therapy. Went to emotional regulation. Eric said, I made it. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Welcome. You know him or?
Yes, he's been here for a while.
Oh, okay, cool.
He comes in and out. Sam again said men and women have roles. That's what we were talking about earlier. We addressed that for sure. Old account. All right. Who defines what those roles are? Sam responded for us. He said God did.
I was about to say the same thing. Biblically.
Yeah.
You know?
And then Sam said, thank God Jacob gets it.
Who's this? Who's Sam?
That's Sam. Sam West.
Okay, shout out to Sam West. I don't know if I know you or not, but hey, shout out. If you're just a fan, appreciate you watching, man.
Sam said the world introverts everything that's right. To a degree, yes. I'm going to have to agree with you on that one.
What did he say, though?
The world introverts everything that's right. Everything that's right is kind of pushed in a different direction. Yeah. Let's see. Jen said women want their man to have eyes only for her?
I can answer that a little bit. You want to go
ahead.
first?
Go ahead.
You know, I've been with a girl that I only had eyes for, and it didn't matter how hot the other women were around her; it meant nothing. But the thing is, though, her respect and the way she treated me and looked at me and talked about me, like nobody can be in a room and talk bad about me with her there, like ever. It did not happen. And the way she even explained, like, oh my God, I think you're so smart because you do this. I like the way you do this. The way that she looked at me was just different than anybody ever has. So I believe that, but I think that I wouldn't have believed that to be true either, because that wasn't that long ago.
Mhm.
Before that, I would have been like, I wouldn't even understood how to answer this question. But since that happened, I was just like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. So I think it's dependent on how, and that's not even a good thing to say, but it is dependent on how you are with that man. You can make that man only have eyes for you, but the way, that's why I think the word respect is so big too, because it's not just respecting him like on a level where you don't like people talk mess about him or anything like that. It's respecting him too, where you're understanding his mind, the way he thinks, and you're diving into his brain, like understanding where he's coming from, and you think maybe it looks attractive to you or beautiful to you. I think that's a different level of respect.
You know, a lot of this sounds like a lot of times the cliche saying where happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Which I think is a whole bunch of.
I think that's the opposite.
Crockery.
If the wife's happy, then because you're a simp and you're doing whatever she wants.
I think what it really should be is it's a combination of both people being happy and, you know, going to that route. I don't know the proper saying what that would be for both people, but a lot of the focus, it falls on the woman. Like, women want their men to have eyes only for her. Women want this. Women deserve this. Women need that. Women want to be taken care of. And it's like, okay, so what about that man? Where does that man fall in line, and what does that man receive, and what should he be receiving? What should he get? Why does not the man's happiness matter? Why does all different questions? And it's just like those are all overlooked because we're making it solely about the woman. Me going through my situation now. Every time there's a discussion falls right back to what she felt.
Yeah.
How she felt. And in a lot of situations, and not, like I said, not downplaying or talking about anybody at all, but a lot of situations, the man is never looked at to say, okay, well, what was going on with the man? What was he not getting? What was he battling with? What was he struggling with? It's always, okay, well, what happened? What did you do to her? Or why does she feel this way? There's never really let's check on the man and make sure he's good as well. Not excluding anybody, but let's include everybody.
What I think too is a lot of the time is women obviously go through things that they're very, very emotional, even with things they shouldn't be emotional about, right? But I'm just saying they're very emotional creatures, right? Men are emotional, but they have to control it. Mm-hmm. We have no choice. And if you have a man disrespect you at work or whatever, we're thinking about beating the living crap out of them, right? And we know we can't do that because we're going to be in trouble. There's so many things going on. It's like we go to war outside of here. So you think a lot of these people don't even give a crap what's going on in your mind. So if your woman was to do that, we would look at you so differently. I've done it before. That's how I know. I looked at her completely different than anything. It was like the world around me didn't exist. And I'm not saying that was a good or bad thing. I'm just saying that's just the way it was. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what more to say. But notice him. Like, notice how he thinks.
Like women want to be admired, I think they want to be admired. A man needs the attention of his woman. A man needs to feel like, damn, she wants me. I'm desired by her.
Yes, that's
a
exactly
man wants
to
feel desired by his woman. And if
Big
that's
time.
not happening, there's an issue somewhere.
Yeah, he wants to feel desired, like plain and simple. And a lot of times, like what I was doing personally when I was cheating, I was being desired by them, and I didn't feel like that at home. So I would
avoid being filled.
I was getting like it from like a bunch of different women, and I was like, cool. And she's wondering why I'm so happy, why I'm all this. Well, hey, I'm gonna stay like this if I can't get it here, I'm gonna get it there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big thing, is him feeling desired, because we could act like we don't care, You know, and at the end of the day, if you weren't doing it, because there was times that she would try and I would push her off. Like, what are you doing? Like it's almost like my body rejected her, like not wanting to be with her.
I mean, I think you got used to it and you didn't want it from her
It was.
anymore.
I think it wasn't that. I think I was now like, it was like I was bitter from her now. Like now I don't want to talk to you like that.
You begin to resent her.
I felt I was resenting her. Like why are you over here? You don't ever come over here like that. Like get away from me now. Like I don't want you no more. You literally stopped like why we only touch during one part of our relationship. So why are we touching outside of that now? So it just becomes to the point where I think that you gotta find that.
Yeah.
I think the man I know men need that.
100%. Let's see. Eric said I always come back to the man for real. Let's see. It's a question for you. You said you want her to shut up and be disciplined without emotion.
Who asked this?
It says old account.
Old account? Okay. What'd they say?
So where does love fit into that situation? Biblically, logically, or just period?
Well, biblically, the Bible does say for the wife to be quiet. It does say that.
Show me the scripture. Show me the scripture.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I am. Like they're supposed to watch what they say, and when other men are around, they shouldn't be correcting them. All that kind of stuff, right? You can do that behind closed doors. Now, I'm not going that far into saying that. The thing is, if I feel like if a woman does know what they're talking about, but let's just be real, man. These girls out here nowadays. I'm not talking about older women. Okay, even then though, right now, I feel like some of them are on a different level too. But let's say the women nowadays, they got no clue what they're talking about. And how could they? How can you really blame them? The whole world is catering to them, though. No, think about it. Yeah. The whole world is catering to these women. I'm talking about everywhere they look, everywhere they go, from social media to everything, they're catering to these women. So they think they know everything. They think they're the shit. They think they can do no wrong and that they're always right. So at the end of the day, like, when they're trying to speak on something, you're like, dude, you literally have no clue what you're talking about.
Stupid.
You almost sound illiterate.
But that's also us being leaders. I think instead of having that mentality, I think it's our job to also teach too, because
these women don't want to be taught. Like what the heck?
Then you get with somebody who's okay with being taught, because not all women are in that mindset of not wanting to be taught. And I think as men, as leaders, there comes a lot of coaching moments, and there's times where we should be teaching. Because I feel like if you get in a relationship with somebody and you guys end up breaking up or you guys part ways or whatever happens, that woman's growth should go upward after leaving you. She should be a lot smarter. She should be a lot more intelligent when it comes to her finances. Whatever things are there, she should have learned a lot from being in your presence alone. So you should be able to always teach a woman something. And if it's a woman that's not teachable or not coachable, the same for the man.
I'm not trying to be mean, but I feel like it's a waste of time. They're already cooked. Hey, dude, the only way they're gonna do good in life, I really believe it. They're reincarnated because these girls are not doing nothing.
So see, and that's where we differ, because the women that I've dealt with, I've been able to give them knowledge. I've been able to give them certain things. I've been able to give that without that being a recoil.
Yeah, but I look at it like this. I'm like, you guys don't think I'm an asshole, whatever the case is, but I really think if a girl's been like ran through, there's a certain time area that you go through where this girl's just damaged goods. This girl's just damaged goods after that. Like there's no coming back from that. Like I'm not trying to be mean. I'm yes, God can change anything, right?
But do you know that all women are not just sleeping around with everybody?
Man, show me.
All women are not sleeping around with everybody.
Let's get them in a room. I want to get them on a pod because I just don't.
Do you know how many men aren't sleeping with everybody?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you guys something that's crazy right now. So you remember my friend Devin, right? Okay. So we would go to Punch Bowl. This is like the spot to go to for this. I feel like we go to Punch Bowl a lot. There'd be always groups of married women coming in, rocks on their fingers, just man. And me and Devin were sleeping with them all the time, and we would go like they would come up to us. We wouldn't even go to them. We'd just be at the bar. They'd roll up on us. We were hooking up with them all the time.
So, out of 50 billion people on this planet, however, whatever the number is, you can't box every woman, every man into a box as saying that all women have a long past.
We're not going to go the worldly. We're going to go Western. Okay. So America, United States is bad when it comes to that.
We're going to stay here. There are a lot of people who actually have morals. Even though our world is in a messed up place, there's a lot of people that actually have morals. There's a lot of women who aren't just sleeping with everybody. There's a lot of men who aren't just fucking everybody that walks by. on both aspects.
I have on our podcast. Have you met any?
I don't ask them who they're sleeping with or if they're fucking anybody, so I wouldn't know for sure. I can assume, but I don't know for sure.
But do you? There's a highly likely that they're more of sleeping around.
I can't put that judgment on nobody. I can't.
It's not judgment. It's perception.
No. And that's also a judgment. If I look at somebody and say, you look like you've been sleeping with a lot of people, that's a judgment.
Well, a lot of them are saying it. They're saying what they're doing.
I haven't heard nobody say they're sleeping with a lot of people.
They said that even if a dude cheats on them, they're gonna get.
No, the one young lady said that for sure. She said I cheated because he cheated.
Yeah,
she said that for sure.
A lot of them be saying that stuff.
But we don't get that a lot from everybody that's talking. We don't get to ask people personal questions about who they're sleeping with and what they're doing.
We did this last one. Remember we said. That's literally what we were saying to them, though.
In a roundabout way, it was a question, but I think a lot of it was on a young lady who wouldn't say what was going on, and she was trying to evade the question.
Keep going though, because they're going down. I want to see what they're saying. Read their names out too.
Let's see. Let me see. Old account again says, "Where's the discipline in that? That sounds emotional." Called you emotional, buddy.
But I'm not emotional. But I'm having a great time. So,
Jade Nicole says, I think it boils down to if they wanted to, they would. You can only try so much, a man or a woman. If the love or the try isn't being reciprocated, then it's time to walk away. I agree.
If that's a woman talking, I don't agree with you. See, I don't agree with you because women will. This is the difference. A man, and you know this to be true. Wow.
Finish your sentence, man.
So, a man will put his happiness on hold for his family. A woman will put their happiness first before their family.
A woman will leave the family for happiness, for sure.
Yeah, they'll leave the family for happiness. Oh, I wasn't happy. Oh, girl, you know what? If you ain't happy, you should leave, girl.
But guess what?
All their friends be telling them that stuff. It's crazy.
But guess what? Happiness is also an emotion, so it can come and go. But people don't realize that happiness is an emotion. So when you're feeling unhappy in this moment, you're in an emotional state. But people make decisions because, a lot of women make decisions because they are unhappy, not realizing that is a temporary emotion. You're not going to be happy 24/7. But again, your happiness is something that you got to deal with on your own.
You know what somebody told me too, and this person has a great marriage. He's been married a long time. Everything he said marriage starts when all the good feelings fade out. That's when marriage actually starts. Because now it's time to work, right? It's time to put in that work. You're supposed to. You said for better or worse, till death do you part. That's when you're the thing is you can get annoyed with each other. You can all this stuff shouldn't even matter.
But when people become unhappy in whatever moments or whatever situations it is, people don't want to do the work to get past that.
Yeah.
At that point, they back up.
Well, that's why I'm talking about how women will leave their family for happiness, and they'll keep searching for that happiness with different guys.
But it's not always about a guy. Sometimes people are looking for happiness in other things. It ain't always about a guy. So we're not going to put that out there.
Can you give me one example where isn't about another man? About a woman, because that's usually where they're leaving. There's another man giving him attention, making him happy.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. A lot of marriages fall apart. Even with some men, they don't leave because there's another woman sometimes. It's not always that.
Well, men, yeah. Women, they're usually a woman always got somebody under their belt. They're always they're always got somebody. Okay, if I'm leaving, they're not leaving to go be by themselves.
Were you a woman in your past life?
No, I just see it all the time. I see it all the time, dude. Dude, I've been around 44 years. I see it a lot.
Jen said she fought it.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Jen's not one of them. She's a rare case.
That's the point that I'm making. There are many. This is rare for you to see. There are many women. There are many women out there like Jen that you don't know. You know a certain quarter of where you live at.
Jen, do you know more women? A lot of women out there like you. Cause I'm just wondering. Because when we had you on the pod, you are like. One out of a million.
All right. We know you admire Jen and she's dope. I get it.
No, Jen and Dan.
I know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
But you make it seem like Jen is a unicorn.
Well, those things don't happen a lot. That's why.
From what you see, and this is why I want people to really understand, because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening.
I saw that.
No, you saw that for sure. But because we don't see something, there's shit right now that's happening in the world right now that we have no clue what it is. Doesn't mean that there aren't good women out there. A lot of them, because we don't see them in front of us in our presence. We're locked into a certain quarter of the world. We don't leave our domain a lot. We're on our block. What do? You leave your home, you come to work. You come here for the podcast, you might go grab a drink, you got some food, you go home. Those are your quarters. Do you know how many people are outside of those quarters that we don't know?
Keep going.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's read this.
All right, so let's see. Brian Mancia said the Raja incident was all for clout. We're gonna get that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll
promise.
get to that. Yeah,
I promised.
Did he think it was for clout?
Yeah, he said it was for clout.
That fool in like a critical condition right now.
Eric.
That's a crazy clout.
Eric just asked if we already talked about Raja. We're going to get to that in a few minutes.
No, we will.
I promise. Jen said, how do you prevent bitterness and resentfulness from the injustice and hurt?
I think just, man, what I really truly think is just like God says, you got to forgive and forget. And that's hard to do. We all know that. What do you think?
I'm going to have to agree.
You have to agree?
To prevent, I think as men and women, we got to be a lot more attentive to what's going on, because in relationships, we often want to make it all about us.
Yeah.
We forget what the other person may or may not be dealing with. We forget that while I'm suffering, they're probably suffering too. So how do I be selfless enough to make sure that my partner, my mate, my supposed best friend, the person I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with, is having struggles like I'm having struggles? And how do I have a conversation without making it solely about me when they're suffering too? I think adjusting that is how we begin to prevent some of the resentfulness and bitterness, because when you feel like you're left out in the cold, but you're next to somebody every day, but they're not present, that's where we mess up at. Exactly. Empathy.
Keep going.
Eric is laughing at you for sure, because you said they got to be reincarnated.
They got to be reincarnated,
oh, man. Jen said, what kind of women are these? These are the women that he deals with in his quarters.
Man, but they're all over the place, though.
Nah, you don't go everywhere. Jen said, therapist ambition. Preach. Eric said ambition is capping.
Who said that?
Eric. Come on, man. I'm being very real and very transparent. I don't got to cap about nothing. How I say is how I feel. I promise you that. Jen said, no, not me. Jen said, I was cheated on. I never cheated. That goes back to the woman. And then Eric said, did you emotionally cheat, though? She responded instantly and said, no, I fought it. Eric said, I'm going to need you.
She's married, dude. Leave her alone.
She said it was hell, and I wanted affirmation after rejection. Jennifer's laughing. Jennifer said yes. I don't know what she said yes to, but it was us. And then Eric said it does definitely sound like a unicorn.
Usually they want to clap back. That's what we see all the time. If someone cheats, they cheat back.
Yeah,
I see it so much, dude. It's crazy.
Jen is asking, why are you attracting these women? That's for you.
I mean, I'm not. It's not that I'm attracting
because he's broken. Jacob is broken, and we want to find out who hurt him.
I'm not broken though. I feel like I'm pretty put together, man.
You said pretty, so there's pieces missing.
No, I feel like I'm put together. Like I'm ready to go.
You just say we don't deal on feelings, and you said I feel like we're put together. I'm just saying. You said it, not me.
I think that's just what's out there right now.
No, Jen said you have a type, and you do have a type.
No, I don't. They're all different. Hey, you see, I deal with all different nationalities, all different.
But they all act the same. So you do have a type.
What do you mean? No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They're all different. They're all different, dude.
I
like different girls.
They
because
all
I don't
don't
want
know.
them to be
They all
the same.
don't know anything. You like girls who don't know anything.
No, they all think they know. That's cold. But I've been with some business owner girls
that don't know anything.
And
you said it earlier.
But I just think, as in general, women don't know anything. As most women. Show me a woman that knows something.
Now that sounds very misogynistic. That's all I'm saying.
Show me a woman that knows something. Then we're gonna go.
Stupid. A sanctified woman. Get your woman in church.
Hey, I did, and she was a whore. I'm dead serious, dude. I got a girl.
She had a blanket.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the heck happened to this girl? Like, she was one of the worst ones I was with. I was like, dude, this girl's crazy, dude. She did anything I wanted her to do. And that's the second one. There was two of them. I'm like, where are the good girls at? Because they're not anywhere right now. I'm like, business owners, church.
But again, it goes back to, and see, your reach has gotten a little bit broader now because of the podcast.
And it's worse, though. The girls are making me even more.
I'm saying the reach has gotten a little bit bigger because of the podcast. Yeah. But like I said earlier, your daily journey is a routine journey, and it's in a certain proximity.
Yeah, but these girls that I'm messing with, they could be from L.A. They're coming from Orange County. They're coming from all over the place.
Hey, Eric said it's your fault. You're the man. Vet your woman better.
hey, no. I'm vetting them really well because all I'm
Obviously
using them.
you're not.
All I'm using them is for recreational value right now. So I'm vetting them very well. Like I'm not trying to be in a long-term relationship with them. I think that's a waste of time.
I really gotta. We're gonna have to sit down one day. We're gonna have to pray first. We got to pray first, and we're really gonna find out who in the hell hurt Jacob because this is like finding Waldo. Because
but you know the funny thing is this is the thing that people be trying to find out. Mm-hmm. The thing is I actually hurt them. I was playing offense, just in case.
You know you can get hurt on offense too, right?
Just so you know. That's my problem. is I was like, man, like I hurt these girls, and I felt bad that I hurt these girls that were good girls, but I still did, and now it's just I'm here.
So it goes back to. For you to be doing that, who hurt you initially?
Nobody did, though. Nobody.
I don't believe that.
No, can I be real with you? I'm gonna tell you guys some stuff I don't be saying. All right.
You don't never not say nothing.
I'm gonna tell stuff I haven't said. Right. So, I heard a story about. I'm not gonna say who he was, but he told me a story about. I was like 15 years old, and he got hurt by his wife, and when he got hurt by his wife, he said that he loved her. He's gonna love her for the rest of his life. This is when they were like 20 years old. He was in his 40s. And I remember him telling me this story, how he's just going to love her forever and this and that. And I remember being like 15 years old being like, hell no, I'm never going to let a girl hurt me like that. Like, this dude is really hurt from this girl. And I think that created like a wall where because I was with a girl at the time and I like was in love with her, but it was puppy love. I was in high school. But I like, you would have never thought I cheated on her. And then I just kept doing that same routine. Like when a girl started to really like me, I wanted to. I just was like, okay, I'm gonna be safe, just in case. And I just started doing what I wanted to do. And now, like I won't cheat on a girl now though. Since I've been divorced, I already told myself I wouldn't cheat on a girl. I don't feel like you. What's the reason?
But you also won't even get in a relationship either. So
I got in 3 since I've been divorced. They were only lasting like 3-4 months. Keep going.
So you've been in a relationship for a total of 9 months with like 3 different people.
Within the last 4 years, yeah. Relationship, yeah.
9 months total with 3 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy. They're crazy. That's why I had to.
But I'm thinking that my brother Jacob is the one that's crazy. I don't know. I'm just thinking
maybe
that.
I'm just a very observant person, and if you're
so
like
am
a
I.
weirdo, I'm like, I can't be with them. I'm not gonna say that I'm not crazy, but I'm very selective on how these women act. If they start
You're selective on who gets you crazy.
If they act a certain way, gotta go.
Does a poom poom make you crazy?
Nah. It's a sport.
You
now.
thought about that, huh?
It's a sport now. Poom poom can't make you crazy. Maybe like the first couple times or some shit, you know what I mean? But keep going.
Oh shit. Oh man, let's see.
Poom poom now.
Yeah, well,
we're too old for that to be go crazy on. You better have some magic powers in that.
Better have a unicorn box. Huh?
It better be gold, made of gold.
Oh man, let's see. Jen said shame. Jen also said marriage is to make you holy, not happy. I could agree with that. I could agree. 100%.
But you can have happy times.
You should have a lot of happy times. I mean, of course, there's going to be bad days. There's going to be all this. If you're going to argue, but I don't think people really understand that you can have a healthy argument. You don't have to tear somebody down in an argument, in a disagreement.
Why could friends have happy arguments? Bro, we could disagree all day.
We can argue right now, and I promise you in 5 minutes, we'll probably shake hands and be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's me. I can argue with
But that's men, too, though.
I can argue with my woman right now, but I guarantee you that I won't go to bed upset at her.
Yeah.
I won't do that, but women will.
Yeah.
Women will go 3 and 4 days without speaking to you.
Yes. Dude, one girl gone 3 weeks without speaking with me in my own house. I'm like, how's it? That was the longest ever, 3 weeks.
I'm tripping the fuck out of somebody.
Oh, dude, yeah.
No, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't like the silent treatment.
Nah, me neither.
So if we're in the same household, there's no way I'm going to walk past you and not speak. I was raised, even though I had a fucked up childhood.
I got a new girl for each week, though, because of that.
Rotations.
Go ahead.
Even though I had a very messed up childhood, there was still a lot of love around me, even with the chaos that was there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of love that was around me. So my mind gravitated towards the love that was there. Even though it wasn't as dominant as it should have been, my mind was still on the love that was present. So with me receiving a certain love that was there, There's no way I'm going to be in the house with my woman and go to bed mad at her and then not speak to her for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
That shit is weird to me. I don't care what nobody says.
It is weird. It's super weird. Dude.
There's no way you should be next to me in a household and walk past me like you don't know me.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's crazy. You got to be something has to be mentally wrong with you. I think if you're doing that.
It ended on the TikTok. It probably ended on both of them.
Yeah, it probably did. That's cool though. Keep going. I want to hear because people are going, man.
Let's see. Jen also said, happiness will come and peace. Silent treatment means they were not allowed to show emotion as a child, or if they did, they were punished. I agree, but also disagree because, like I told somebody the other day, everything we do does not always result to trauma. Yes, a lot of it does. But the silent treatment could be their way of punishing somebody because they might have been punished a certain way.
I think they're punishing.
Yeah, and that goes back again to emotional abuse. That's a form of emotional abuse.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
And a lot of women feel like they can get at their man that way to make them suffer.
But we can get at you worse.
Women withhold sex when they're mad at their man.
No, I don't play that.
They withhold the speaking when they're mad at their man. There's so many different things that they do to get at their man because they're angry. And it's a bit unfair. But a lot of men deal with it. A lot of men tolerate it for a while. You know why? Because they love that woman, but don't realize sometimes it's greater than just loving somebody. And I can say that I was one of those people that because I love someone, I tolerated a lot. I tolerated disrespect. I tolerated a lot of different things that I probably should not have tolerated. But because I loved her, I tolerated, but I'm not a quitter either, so I didn't want to give up. Even in my mess, I still didn't want to give up. But people don't realize.
Let's finish the chat so we can do the Roger.
That's all of them right now.
The Roger. Oh, it's all of them?
Yep, let's go to Roger. Let's go to Roger.
Okay, we're going to go to a reaction. You ready? Are you ready over there?
Nah, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will. So I got you.
I do not play that shit at all.
Nah, I got you. You good. Apologize for that, man. We can fix that. You hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta stop this shit, man. Hey. Stop this shit, man. Hey.
The wrestler thought he was another wrestler and he was doing a stunt in the back, and because he had all these cameras around, and this is Rampage Jackson's son.
Yes.
So he ended up, and he premeditated this fight. He was talking by ringside. I watched the whole thing. He was talking by ringside, and he said what he was going to do. He's going to hit him as many times as he wanted. No one was going to stop him. And then he was on the mic being filmed saying this. Then he jumped in there and did that. And then now the man is in critical condition, and he might not even make it. Rampage is actually very upset about it. Yeah, it's
rightfully so. I mean, my opinion on that, I mean, you guys watched it. It happened outside. There were people in between for sure. But the way that he jumped in that ring and got at old boy that smashed the can on his head, that was a coward move. His back was to him. He ran up on him, body slammed him, knocked him out, and then punched him about, 15 to 20 times. When you were outside and he smashed the can on your head, you had every opportunity, nothing but space and opportunity prior to somebody getting in between y'all to do what you had to do at that particular moment. But doing it the way that Raja did it in that ring was a straight coward move. I can care less what anybody says. Yeah. Coward.
Well, he's an MMA fighter too, and the thing is usually MMA fighters are a lot more humble. So I'm kind of confused on that part. And Rampage, I actually commentated with him on King of the Cage, and he's a really nice guy and everything. It's just crazy to see that he did that because he could have beat him up regardless, but he just still decided to do it that way.
Because in the parking lot, there was space and opportunity right there.
But he's actually a badass MMA fighter too.
I don't care how bad you are.
I know. What I'm saying is, why did he do that then? Like the thing is when you're that badass, usually they don't even. So later on, before that all happened, he was sitting on the chair and he still didn't realize that he wasn't part of it. And he goes, "Hey man, I didn't know. I'm sorry." And he goes, "Are we good?" And he shook his hand. He goes, "Yeah, we're good." Dude, it was crazy. They completely fixed everything, and then he still went and did that. That's what was
kind of why Eric said earlier he felt like it was for clout. That's what Eric said.
But that was did you see how many times he hit him in the face? He broke this dude's face in 4 or 5 places, knocked out teeth.
I'm kind of appalled at how long it took for somebody to intervene too.
Dude, I know.
The ref was there counting. What are you counting for? And you know this is not part of what's going on.
Well, at the beginning they all thought it was. At the beginning.
That man was getting hit for real. That wasn't no fake hit.
When they saw him getting hit, that's when they thought, they were like, oh, damn.
They jumped in. Somebody came from outside the ring and jumped in after the 20th hit.
Yeah, I think those guys were scared.
The ref literally sat there and was counting for a minute. The first hit lets you know that's not real.
Yeah, the first hit was too crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Only way I can win is if he has you on the list.
Fuck them niggas, bro.
I know.
A few moments later.
Hello?
Hey, where the hell you at? I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take it there.
Alright, I'll call you back later.
All right.
This is how you move up.
Crazy, and everybody's doing reactions on this right now, so we kind of want to throw a reaction in on that. But that's crazy, man.
Insane.
I don't think that anybody should have. He shouldn't have never. That guy. Okay, I was telling my son. Me and my son watched this, and I said this is the problem. Like I said, I grew up in the '90s, and a lot of there was guys that you can be knocked out and they still wouldn't stop. It was very those kind of guys are very dangerous and they need to be locked up. The guys that don't stop after you're knocked out, I mean, the guy was clearly knocked out, and he hit him 15 times after that. Mm-hmm. Those are dangerous people, and they have to be disciplined. They have to be punished for that. If not, they're going to keep doing it, especially. That's crazy that he did that. I've seen stuff like that in high school happen, dude, and house parties and all that, and I was like, dude.
There's a certain amount of anger and rage that you have to have in your body to see someone unconscious, to see someone in a state where they're just defenseless, and they continue to just pummel them as if they don't matter. There's a certain level of your mind that is just absent. Yeah. There's a certain level of rage that resides in you that needs to be checked out. It needs to be checked for sure, because that's dangerous. extremely dangerous.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dang, we stayed on for 90 minutes. So what time is it right now?
6:45.
Okay, so we do gotta go, guys. We will be back at 7 o'clock. So like
7:15.
8:15. That's
Oh, that's right. 7
So we'll be
o'clock,
back
I'm
at
sorry.
7 o'clock. So we appreciate you guys watching. Everybody watching, man, we appreciate you guys with the comments and everything. We'll be back. We're back at 7. Howls over Baaz. Oh, hold on. Let's do the shed the sheep. 1, 2, 3. Shed the sheep. Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambishun of Black Cup.
And we will see you at 7 o'clock. Peace.